Hi, I'm Donica from the Hotel Club, and today we're going to talk about how and why you need to be on Google Hotel Search. Okay, so first of all, we're going to open up with a little bit on what it is, then we're going to talk about how to get on it, then we're going to talk about what to do once you're on there, and then we're going to talk about some of the benefits from generally being on there. Okay, so first of all, what is it? Well, the initial objective of getting on Google Hotel Search is that when people search for a hotel in your area, or better again, for your property particularly, that not only does Google show the potential guest where it is on a map, but it also gives you one of these handy little boxes with all your prices here listed next to the OTA prices, and in the best case scenario, a little button right there to book. So what Google have done basically is created a free OTA, okay? I mean, fair enough, it displays the prices of the other OTAs right alongside the prices from your website in that neat little bar there for comparison, but I mean, there are strategies to get around that so you can still win the day at the end of that. We'll talk about some of those later. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is get on Google My Business. Now, we've handily included a link in the description here, taking you straight to the page, but once on there, you need to register and you need to wait for some mail, some real world mail that somebody has to walk to your house and give to you, basically confirming the address of your premises. It's a good idea when you think about it, really. This is about the physical position of your premises. And then, very important in the application process is you need to choose your categories. Choose them very, very particularly, because at the end of the day, these are going to be the things that get you to the people who you want to talk to, the people who are looking for what you have. So if you tick the boxes appropriately, you'll get those people. Until you get Google hooked up to your booking engine or your channel manager or something, I mean, Google My Business is basically just a position on a map, you know, just like if somebody searches for a butcher or a laundrette. Well, no, it's slightly better than that, because Google Hotels is its own category on Google Travel. And, you know, say what you want about the tech giant, when they get involved in businesses in general on a wide level, one of their big goals is to level the playing field. And we'll actually talk more about why that is later on in this video. There are two very important steps then after, once you get hooked up on the Google My Business. First of all, you need to make sure your prices are up on there, or there'll never be any option to book and they won't be indicated there. Very, very important. If you don't do that, you're basically just on the map. It's 50% useless what you've just done. The next thing that you need to do is you need to get hooked up with a connectivity partner. So what's a connectivity partner? Okay, so first of all, we'll talk about what the ideal situation is again. Now, the ideal situation is that right next to your prices on your Google Hotel box there, and when you get searched, right next to your price is a little button that allows people to book direct. Now, which involves a connection straight between the most trusted platform on earth, maybe in history, and the booking engine on your website, okay? But Google don't play around like that. Google need partners that they can trust in that scenario. I mean, I'm sure you're trustworthy, but you're just a trustworthy hotelier. They need trustworthy software companies, people who do booking engines, people who do channel managers, you know? And those booking engines and travel managers, maybe all-in-one packages like our sponsor Amenities, they need to march into Google and make a case for their company. And even still, the process takes a long time, maybe like minimum 9 weeks, so I've heard. So basically what you want is more to seek out some sort of software provider that already has the connection going. That way you can get hooked up in as little as 2 weeks, really. So once you're all connected up and you've got your nice little button beside your prices that allow people to book direct on your website, it's not exactly time to rest on your laurels. You've still got work to do. You've got yourself a new tool. Now it's time to start tinkering with it, essentially. Okay, so first of all, you got to be updating your prices every day. Now, the good thing is, once the connectivity partner makes the connect, now they're out of the way. Now you can speak to Google directly and update your own prices. It's something you need to do regularly, mainly because, well, you need the best available rate if you're going to compete in any way, which we'll talk a tiny bit more about later in the video. So one thing that becomes very much more plausible once you get hooked up on Google is running ads for your property. Now, there are 3 ways to do this. Just throw money blindly at it, hoping to skip the queue and get to the top of the search results, okay? I wouldn't necessarily recommend that because, well, Booking has more money than you and they've also got your property listed, so they can just push harder and win that war. And they will every time. Frankly, if you've got a bigger budget than Booking, you've got no business talking to me right now. Second, make sure your brand is registered and then push on that brand. Now, this, first of all, you've got to register brand in whatever way your country does that. Second of all, you've got to prove it to Google that that brand is yours, okay? And then you can push ads if you like. And the advantage of this is that once you own that brand, Booking can't bid against it. Booking can't get or any other OTA, can't get a higher position on you on the searches, okay? It's well worth looking into. And actually, we've got a whole course that goes into the details of the hows and the whys and everything. Website creation preparation over on thehotelclub.com, which you need to go and subscribe to now and do the whole course if you're interested in this. The third way you can go is push advertising on keywords. It's tough, you need to do some investigation, it can work, but again, you're competing against Booking. Now, if you want to park the ads train for a little bit, there are 3 other ways that you can use Google very much to your advantage, okay? And they don't cost a thing. The first is interaction. I got a haircut recently, you might be able to tell. I got a haircut recently, and I was so happy with it. I said to the barber, what, you got an Instagram page, a Yelp or something like that? I'll give you a good review. He says, no, easily the best place for reviews is my Google Maps account. And I was not surprised because frankly, I knew it already because that's where I read most of my reviews. Now, the thing is, here, you get a good review, you interact, looks very good, but even a bad review can be good on Google reviews. And here's why, right? You're here watching a video about how to get on Google Hotel Search. You're a hard worker, you're dedicated, you're probably good at your job and you put in the effort. And if somebody gives you a negative review and you get the chance to interact with them in public, that will come across, that sincerity. That is an opportunity right there. Even if the person is being cynical, if your heart is in the right place, you'll win it out and you'll win it out in public. I can't overstate the value of such a thing. Second thing, I've mentioned it before, we'd come around to it, I've hinted at it. Best available rates, guys. Best available rates on your website, always. It's more clear than ever with the Google Hotel search bar why this should be the case. Why? Because it doesn't matter how well they know the Booking brand. They're going to look for the best price. And when all the prices are in a row there together and yours is the best price, guess what? Someone's going to book direct with you and you won't have to pay 1 cent a commission on it. Then, of course, you've got your SEO, or search engine optimization. Now, it's not the easiest tool to get in your box, but if you get it in there, man, I mean, basically, figure out how the writing and even the names of the images on your website conform to the sorts of things that people are searching for that you can offer, basically. Just figure out a way to do your writing with the aid of an SEO tool. There are plenty, Google offers some, that will bring you in front of your audience. Okay, guys, that is super, super important. And actually, we've got website building with amenities and website creation preparation over at thehotelclub.com that go into much more detail on that, and you should go do those if you're interested. So now the benefits of actually being on there. Number 1, we've mentioned it already, but I'll say it again, can never say it enough, less commissions. You'll get more direct bookings and you'll pay less commissions and you'll make more revenue. Can't say fairer than that, folks. Second, better visibility, okay? You get hooked up with Google, you appear on Google Maps, you appear in Google Hotels, you appear with the Google seal of approval. It's visibility with credibility, okay? And it's the crucial oil in the engine of the billboard effect, okay? When people want to book direct with you and they see you in that, that's the kind of visibility you want. One aspect that people don't even think about when they get hooked up with Google is the array of tools that you get access to by doing that. I mean, some of them you have to pay a little extra for, but a lot of them are free. Google Keyword Planner, for instance, that'll do an awful lot of your SEO legwork for you, you know? It'll tell you the keywords you need to get searched out on Google, and you know they're probably the right keywords because Google is telling you. And lastly, now I've mentioned this before, but I really want to hammer it home, getting hooked up with Google levels the playing field. And the main reason is your goals and Google's goals are aligned. Like I mentioned, you're a hard worker, your heart's in the right place, you're watching this video. You want to bring the best to your customers. Well, guess what? So does Google. Google, when they get on a platform like this, they want the cream to rise to the top, okay? So if you do your work, you will rise to the top. If you get your SEO and your website in order to tell the story about your property that you want to tell in a most effective manner, Google will hear it and show it to the world. If you like this video, well, like it, subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, and follow the link below. Head over to the Hotel Club where we've got all those free e-learning courses that I mentioned. Subscribe to our newsletter to keep up with our events and everything like that. And we'll see you on here real soon for some news, tips and tricks. All right, guys, good luck.